It's all been emptied and ended up with darn near a half a tote. Hey, good morning everyone. Thanks for coming back to the channel. It's Matt with Firewood in the Field. Today I'm finishing up something I've been wanting to finish up for quite a while. Sorry about the sun glare in my face there, but it's about 7:30 in the morning. I wanted to start earlier, but I slept in a little. What you see behind me is the remnants of all that wood I had piled up down here. There's a few pieces of hackberry that are left down here that'll make good firewood, and I think I've got one or two pieces to go pick up off of a pile over there. I'm going to bring out the old school box door splitter and split this up just to get rid of it. It'll make good firewood. I put it in my roadside stand or I'll burn it myself, either one. But I'm happy to have this part of the ground back. So a long time coming to get this all cleared out. Let me turn the camera around here real quick and show you what I mean. So up there is the house, and I have my asphalt driveway, and then I have this gravel road that comes down beside the chicken coop between kind of the yard and the field. And this is where I had massive amounts of wood dumped. I had a whole bunch of logs I brought home with my dump truck from a friend of mine who cleared some property. A lot of large hackberry, a lot of walnut, a lot of elm. And then I had that really large tree service pin oak get dropped. And this whole area, my plans for this area is I'm going to extend this gravel down and make this a big turnaround spot. Eventual plan, there's a little dead tree there, and then all this scrub vegetation is almost all just weeds and bush honeysuckle. There's one or two trees in there, but I'll let them go if they look healthy by the time I get to them. But I'm going to clear all that out, make this more open, and move the woodyard operation out there into the field a little bit. So let me get set up. I think I might just use a lawnmower to bring the splitter out. And I'm just going to split into the bucket of the tractor. All right, I'm mostly set up. I'm just gonna sit on that stump, throw the pieces in the tractor bucket, and I may have to take 2 runs with the bucket, but we'll just see how it goes. Let me get the old box door splitter fired up. forgot my pickaroon and my hatchet. I'll be right back. All right, before I get going again, just show you how I like to arrange the pieces in the bucket. I like to throw a row into the back sideways and then start stacking in the front. And I'll actually do that all the way up, so I'll have, you know, I can get several pieces in the back just to fit a little more wood in the bucket. If you just don't put those pieces in the back, then you're kind of missing out, and you're trying to put stuff on the edge and it wants to fall out. This works well for me. This bucket is the only complaint, and it's a minor complaint, I have had so far about the T574 TYM. It's kind of small for this size tractor. For a 55 horse tractor that can lift almost 3,000 pounds. Of course, the Woodyard dog's got to come check it out. Careful under there, Cherry. Oh, yeah, watch out. Anyway, I forget what the cubic measurement is of it. It's plenty wide. It's 6 foot wide, I believe. And the metal is a good gauge. You know, it's rolled over there's a rolled over lip on the top. It's good and strong. It's got holes already in it if you want to put a cutting edge. But the depth, it's not very deep. You know, it doesn't hold a lot of material for the size tractor. So it's just odd to me. Anyway, I'm going to get set back up and try to get all this split. It's starting to get warm out here. I got a little late start today. Try to get this all split up here real quick and get out of here. Sorry about the angle of the sign, but the wood splitting is right there in the shade. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up. Alright, that's how far we got. And I did not fill the gas tank all the way. I had about a half tank of gas in the splitter. I wanted to just use that up. I was cautiously optimistic it would have been enough gas to get through everything. Got fairly close. Jerry's playing with the chickens again. But yeah, we just got these 3 chunkers left. And the bucket is full. Alright, let me haul this out to the wood yard. I started unloading the bucket, thought I'll just take a little bit of footage. Normally this would not be my modus operandi. Typically I will split next to the tote and stack right into the tote from the splitter. Being on the ground didn't have that as an option, and this being my only tote available, and it won't be a full tote anyway, this is just how I'm doing it today. So I'm just picking them up, tossing them in there. And this was empty when I started, so I'll take a quick shot after it's all loaded and you can see how much one bucket did. Alright, it's all been emptied, and I ended up with darn near a half a tote. Alright, well, I'm going to go back, split the rest of it up, put it in here, and try to get done before it gets any hotter today. Thanks for watching. Alright, round 2. That's all we got. These 3 pieces. And then some cleanup. Put the rock rake on the back of the tractor and scrape all this stuff into a pile. Alright everyone, it is done. All the hackberry has been split. Got it here behind me. Almost got a whole nother tractor bucket out of it. I do have a pile of scraps right here. There was a lot of it that had just too many ants in it, or it was just so knotty and stringy it wasn't worth my time since I had so much else. I'm gonna go throw this in that last tote that you saw out there in the field earlier, and then I'll be putting my rock rake on to scrape all this stuff up. Alright, it's all loaded. That little piece has got some rot. It's going to go on the burn pile. But here's what we made. Almost a whole tote. It's a 275 gallon IBC tote cage. So to be a third of a cord, you got to stack it up over this top rail a bit. So we're a little bit under the top rail and don't have the everything else. So it's quite possibly the slowest, almost 1/3 of a cord that I've split ever. Those were some knotty, gnarly rounds, and then transporting it over here with the bucket, I did a lot of inefficiencies, but it worked. It's done, and I'm glad I went ahead and took the effort. I was really tempted to just push all those rounds that were left over into the burn pile just to clear that spot out, but this will go nicely in the roadside stand. This is Matt with Firewood in the Field. Thanks for watching. Now I'm going to go get set up to clean that area up, get my rock rake on the tractor, and have my yard back. Well, there we are. The path is back open. I can drive my tractor through around the field. Got access to take down that dead tree and start clearing out the scrub brush. Just got to do a little grounds cleanup. It's the little things in life you got to enjoy. This project today is really making me happy. I've been wanting to get this done for a while. We got the rake hooked up to the back of the tractor. Rake set up now. It's gone. It's gone. All right. That was actually the first time I've used that rake on this tractor. If you just had an area that all you had done was split some firewood and you needed to scrape up all the bark and slash and everything, it works really well and doesn't tear up the ground. But all this ground, you gotta understand, had giant logs there for a long time. So I was dumping dump truck loads of logs there, and a lot of them were 30-inch plus diameter hackberry. So they slid down out of the truck really hard and heavy and put all where the edge of the log hit, made all kinds of divots. And they were there a lot longer than I meant for them to be. So they sat there for, some of them sat there for, well, at least 6 months. I have to go back in and look at my pictures. And then I chainsawed everything up here. I had that giant pin oak dropped off here. That slowed me down of getting all this hackberry and elm and maple and all this moved out of the way. So all this ground was really tore up. It was soft and swampy. You know, it's had logs laying on it forever. There was tons of chainsaw dust. In fact, most of those bucket scoops that look like dirt, that really wasn't, I didn't tear up the sod all that much. That was mostly just chainsaw debris. So, you know, would it turn into dirt? Yeah, probably. But like I said, I have plans to rock all this, and I want that organic matter out of there. So, but yeah, so this ground is maybe not the most clear example because it looks like I really tore up deep and ripped it up. And if you can feather the weight on that rake, how much force is, you know, you can hold it up a little bit with your hydraulics so not all the weight of the rake is on the dirt. But let me go ahead and turn this around and show you. All right, so yeah, kind of as an example, you can see it didn't pull that grass out. There's still some sawdust there, but that'll be fine. And down here's a little bit better example. You can see how it did not rip all this grass out when I pushed a little bit of it into the pile. So it's not perfect, but it'll do for now. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. I've been wanting this pile of logs gone for a while. I was thankful to have them, don't get me wrong. It really upped my inventory. But a lot of it, I like to drive the tractor right through there into the field. I've had to go out and around that way the whole time, and I've got a swell. If you watch one of my videos where my dog is running through a river, I've got a swell put in the ground right through there that catches storm water. So it's soft, and yeah, it disperses a little more down here. So when it's really soft out, sometimes I'm better off to drive the tractor through here, and I hadn't been able to for months because of all the logs I had piled up. So, but if you're still watching, thanks, I appreciate it. This is Matt with Firewood in the Field. We'll see you next time.